Hey garden dreamers! I bought this Thompson Seedless Grape at my local nursery exactly a year ago. I decided to put it here in this spot in my backyard as it gets about 3 hours of direct sun and 6 to 8 hours of full sun is what's recommended. But here in El Paso, full sun doesn't actually mean full sun. I started digging the hole, but we have super rock hard dirt, so I did wet it prior to digging. But there's a lot of caliche in our dirt here in El Paso, Texas. Look at the size of this rock, and that's one of the small ones. Sometimes I get way bigger rocks than that. If you watch my videos, I'm always mentioning it because it's the bane of my existence. Okay, it's not that dramatic, but it does give me a headache every time I try to plant something. I remove pounds of it every time I dig a hole to plant something. And if you've never heard of it, caliche is like a calcium buildup, and it's basically cement, which you can imagine creates a barrier where roots don't grow well, hence making it very difficult to garden here. After digging as much as I could, I then enlisted the help of my husband because I was already spent. We ended up digging about twice the size of the pot in diameter. My kids wanted to help out, so I had them sift and separate the caliche while me and my husband figured out where we were going to put the trellis. And if y'all have kids, you know entertaining them this long with something so mundane is everything. 1 point for the parents. Yay! And my kids are super helpful. They're so sweet. They have always loved playing in dirt and with rocks, so this was so exciting for them. After me and my husband figured out the whole trellis situation and if we dug the hole correctly, I did start filling the hole and I mixed in compost with some of the dirt that my kids had sifted through. And hindsight, I should have added some pine chips in there as well to make the soil more acidic. But I did add that this year, as you'll see at the end of this video. While loosening the roots a bit, I did find a cute earthworm. Yay, healthy dirt. And I continued to fill it in with the native dirt and the compost with the help of my daughter. And here's some things to remember when you're planting a grapevine. They do thrive in full sun, but like I said, that's not always the case here in El Paso. They prefer well-drained, slightly acidic soil. They do want enough space, so try to grow vertically and choose a location that's protected from strong winds. That's why I picked right here against this wall because our winds are insane. Although the grapevine didn't grow much last year and it actually got some kind of fungus or disease, unfortunately I didn't take pictures of it so you could see. I just let it be. It died in the winter. I thought it was over, but this is what she's looking like a year later. Okay, I'm gonna fertilize my grapes. I got these last year and I think they got like a disease or I don't know what, but my uncle that's in Mexico, it's about 2 hours away from here, he said he got the same thing on his grapes, so I didn't feel too bad. And I was like, oh no, they're dead, right? Because of the leaves just look bad. I'll see if I have pictures to put. But it's coming back. It's looking really nice. So I'm going to put this fertilizer. If you want to know what's in it, check out my other video. It's a mix of kelp, humic, fish fertilizer, and molasses. Mix it all up, gallon of water, and I'm going to add it to this. Today it's the first day of spring, like I said, and then I'm going to add some more in about a month, and then I won't fertilize it anymore because that's what I read to do. If anybody has some other suggestions, let me know. This is my first time with a grape. So I'm also planning to put, it was covered in leaves, so I just left the leaves as mulch. But I'm gonna put like a little fence around here because like I said, we get crazy winds. So I'm gonna put like a little fence around here and I'm gonna put pine as mulch because the soil needs to be a little acidic. So I'm gonna put pine as mulch, the little fence so it doesn't fly around everywhere. And hopefully I get grapes this year or next year. I'm patient. I guess I'll wait. I'm gonna let that seep in and then I'll put some more. So I added that fertilizer about a week ago in March and now we're in April and I added this fence and pine and ta-da! I'm loving it, and it's going to turn the soil more acidic and help it retain moisture in our super hot summers. If you have any tips for me on how I could grow this grape even better, let me know in the comments. Thank you again for watching. If I helped you in any way, hit that like or subscribe button. See you later. Thanks again. And just a reminder to remove the mulch from around the trunk just so you don't get root rot.